Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Today's topic is portraits. And you might be asking yourself, what is a portrait? Oh, maybe I forgot what it was. Well, a portrait is a picture of a person. And if the person in that picture is you, then you have a self-portrait. Today I'm going to be demonstrating a strategy where we can draw a portrait using letters of the alphabet. And in order to accomplish that, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. As soon as you have both of those things ready, we can get started. Let's go. The first thing that we're going to draw is the head. Now, if we're drawing with letters, the head is obviously, an O. The head is shaped like an O. Lots of people say it's shaped like a circle, but really, an O is probably closer to the realistic shape of a head anyway, because it's more like an oval. It's taller and thinner. Now, I'm going to demonstrate a few of the choices that are available, but for a lot of these, there are multiple decisions that you can make. For the eyes, for example, I could do O's again. If I was winking, let's do that. I'm gonna wink. If I was winking, one of my eyes might be an I. That eye's closed. So instead of just doing O's, I have one O and one I. And if you happen to not like one of your choices, erase that choice and fix it. Lots of times people make a mistake and they want to erase the entire thing and start all over again. We don't need to do that, because even if there's a mistake somewhere, we want to keep all of the good parts because they're good, and we don't want to erase that and waste all that work that we put into making the good parts look good. So let's say instead of an I, I'm going to do a D, because that looks a little bit madder. Like, there we go, the letter D. And now my I is a little bit madder because it's got that straight line on top. And see, a letter D and a letter I. Next comes the nose, which is directly below the eyes. Again, there are lots of choices. If you watch cartoons, lots of artists use the letter J for a nose. Some artists use the letter L for a nose. Some people might even use an O again for a nose. An O can be a lot of things. An O for a nose, a little button nose. That'd be good for like maybe a snowman. Well, since this is a portrait of ourselves, I'm going to choose a J. Except I'm going to make sure I draw the J in the correct direction, because that was backwards. So there's a J for my nose. The mouth. Before I do the mouth, let's go ahead and add some ears on here, because an ear is pretty easy. It could be a letter C, and another letter C that's upside down. There, now we have ears. That part's finished. The mouth. There are tons of choices for a mouth. Could be a D again, a D. And that gives me room to put, some teeth in that mouth. That looks kind of cool. An I again, that would work if I'm trying to show less emotion. So I'm not happy, I'm kind of just neutral. So there's my I for a mouth. I'm thinking about how I feel. So I have an I. Indecisive. M. Sometimes I use an M, like if I'm not feeling very well, I want to show everybody like, oh, my stomach is hurting today. So there's an M for a mouth. He does not look happy. He does not look like he's feeling well at all. Here's that O again. It could be an O. You just saw something that you want to tell someone about. Ooh, my mouth is a O. Sometimes I use an S. Gives me that uneasy feeling again, like, oh, I don't feel so great. I'm kind of S for sick. Of course, we can use a U, and that's just happy, a smile. I could turn the U upside down, and then it's a frown. So there are a lot of choices. And you might even want to try some of the letters I didn't say. You might like those even better. But I think I'm going to go back to that D, just because I like the idea of showing the inside of the mouth, because I could go ahead and put those teeth in there. Teeth. Alright, so that is the basics for using letters to draw the face. So again, we've got D for this eye, an I for that eye, a J for the nose, another D for the mouth, some C's for ears, but there's lots of other choices that you could use if you want to experiment and try out different things. But does this look like any of us yet? No, it's kind of generic. This is the part where you go ahead and you add details that make it look like you. So for me, I'm going to put my neck in here. I might put the collar of my t-shirt right there. If you have a special kind of hairdo that you want to show, that goes up here at the top. You know, maybe my hair is parted on the side right here, and I brush it to this side, and then I brush it to that side. Don't forget that even if you brush the hair on the top of your head, everybody still has hair on the sides. Most hairdos are going to fit very close to the O that you drew. The only time it would stick out of the O would be if you had something like a ponytail sticking out. So there's a ponytail. Maybe if you had two ponytails, you would draw those outside of your O. But most other hairstyles fit inside the O or very close to the O. So I'm going to get rid of those because I don't actually have two ponytails. I don't have much of anything up here. So I'm just going to stick with drawing the lines for where my hair is. So there's the edge of my hair on my forehead, and there's the sides of my hair going down by my ears, because when I touch my face by my ear, I can feel the hair grows all the way down to there, and it's the same on this side. So that's my portrait using letters. So you give it a try. Don't forget, you have different details than I do. Try to see if you can make your own hair. Maybe you have some barrettes in your hair or some earrings and jewelry that you want to include. Maybe you have a favorite pair of sunglasses that you'd want to put over top of Your eyes, uh-oh, what letter does that make? That looks like a B for glasses. And here is the finished drawing right before it's time to start coloring it. You can see I added the pupil to the eye. I have some teeth in the mouth. I added his shirt. But most importantly, I did something with the background. I added stripes. I like stripes. You might like certain shapes. You might like certain things that you can draw in the background. You might even want it to look like daytime or nighttime. But make sure you put something in the background before you start coloring it. And coloring it is the last step. And here we have the finished drawing all colored in. You can see that I created contrast by the colors I picked. I have the green, blue, purple, which is the cool side of the color wheel in the background. And I colored the portrait with red, orange, and yellow, the hotter side of the color wheel. And that helps to make the figure stand out from the background, and it makes everything pop just a little bit more.